everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Bills going up against the Eagles.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Philadelphia Eagles. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And it's complete to Chris Conley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Throwing, Winston. Caught here by Conley. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Winston on 3rd and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. Christian Jones the one who picked it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. This is Lamar Miller. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be dropped at the 30. With a shifty move, got him a couple extra on the play. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Again, it's Miller. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They go play action. Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Third and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. And the play clock's running down. On third down, Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Matthews. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A good pickup there, a 22. They run. It's Gurley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Winston now from the 50. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. He runs into a brick wall. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And some room to roam now. takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 71 yards. Now Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And it's 3rd and 4. Jones, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Now I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Always got some breathing room. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big run there by Gurley. 57 yards. A first down throw for Winston. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And a big big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right at the 10-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. From the pistol, it's Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they force another incompletion.
And McManus able to put it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They begin with a run by Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
All right, here we go. Detroit!
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll get it in the hands of their receiver, Hopkins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. And Conley's got it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A 2nd down throw for Winston. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Time running out here on the play clock. 3rd and long for Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 12. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Caught left side, Hopkins. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Philly. 47 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to go up top for the end. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Matthews. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only.
And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 14.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a give to Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On the counter, it's Miller. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. He's got Sanu. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a handoff to Miller. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Room here to run. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
Set. Watching now, Barney.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go. Leopard.
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. It's Webb. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Good move by Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 40, past the 20, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Todd Gurley, 96 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Webb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Handoff running left is Miller. Lamar Miller. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And he puts it through. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He's back to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Ready. Watch me the fire. Easy, easy, easy. Kill. Wait. Ready. Move in. 56. Right there.
Back to throw. Caught here by Conley. A good pick up there of 20 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Forced out to his left, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Desmond Bryant in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
A swing pass caught, and they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Eagles, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on